pressure to help me crystallize. And you've got the faith.
Hi, I'm Oliver from the XX, and you're listening to Pavlina's Kidz Place.
Hey everyone, this is Pavlina from Pavlina's Kidz Place, and I'm on location at the Beacham in Orlando, and I'm here with Oliver Sim from the band XX. Hello.
Hello, hi.
How are you doing?
Good, really happy to be here. This is our first time visiting, so yeah, it's been fun.
Definitely, that's great. So, what's the most fun you've had so far?
I have fun just kind of going places new. Like you know, we've done American tours where we've done you know, the big cities. But like we're going to New Orleans for the first time in a week, which is going to be awesome. And we're in Miami tomorrow. Yeah, so just coming across new places.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference for the U.S., like with crowds and fans?
The U.S. touring the U.S. is like touring a whole, you know, world in itself. Each state is like a different country.
Yeah.
You know, like the South, we're like playing in like Texas. Everyone's, you know, hands up in the air, pretty riotous, pretty wild. And then you know, places like New York, it's a lot more tame. It's a lot like home, London, where everyone's a bit more, you know, arms crossed, a bit more reserved. So kind of just going around, it's everywhere's different. It's an incredible place to tour.
Awesome, that's great. Okay. So your band, the XX, how did you come up with that, and does it have any special meaning?
We came up with it when we were 15 years old, when we started the band, and it was kind of just the simple reason it kind of visually was quite striking.
Yeah.
It had a lot of possibilities. If we ever had artwork, we could incorporate it really easily, and it was it's quite a you know, you make your own ideas about what it means. You know, people have asked us if it relates to the XX chromosome or the kiss, or it's kind of like a void answer, like make your own ideas, really. Yeah.
Definitely, that's great. Okay. So, starting a band, like you said, at age 15, what was that like?
It was good. It was, you know, we weren't really starting a band, you know, for kind of a lot of the other reasons like 15-year-olds do. Like, we weren't going to play at 21. We were, you know, when you're a young teenager, you're just starting to fall in love with music, and you're going to gigs, and you're trying to seek out new music, and it was just we didn't have big plans. It was just, why not try it ourselves? And we started gigging when we were 16, and we had some troubles, you know, like we couldn't get into a lot of venues where we were playing. Like even on our first US tour, we were like 19, 20 years old, and they almost didn't let us into a lot of venues. But yeah, it came from a very innocent place, and it just gradually became more and more serious and a bit more intense, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. That's great. So, kids have all kinds of obstacles growing up. What kind of obstacle did you have, and how did you overcome or deal with it?
Confidence. Okay. Confidence. It's not really the rarest of teenage problems, but I didn't ever plan to be on stage.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember the first time I stepped up on stage, my leg was shaking so hard, and I was sweating, and you know, we've toured with people like Florence from Florence and the Machine, and I see her up on stage, and she's, you know, born for the stage performer. It comes so easy to her, and you know, that's not us. Our main love was just writing and recording, and performing was something we had to do. But over time, you know, you push yourself a bit further out of your comfort zone, and you know, the stages have gotten gradually bigger and bigger. The tours have gotten longer and a bit further away from home, so we've kind of worked at it, and now it's something I love. I love to perform. Yeah, but yeah, that's the greatest thing I've taken from all of what's happened with the band, is just the confidence. It's something I needed in my like day-to-day life.
Yes, exactly.
It's awesome.
Awesome. So, if you weren't part of a band, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's a hard one. When I left school, I didn't get into the art school I wanted. Okay. So I decided if I wasn't going to go to the school that I wanted, I was going to wait another year. So I was working in a coffee shop for a year, and I was just writing songs and gigging. And I hated it. It was the most boring, boring job ever, and I was working in a tennis club for kind of very wealthy women that would come in and just drink coffee and play like 5 minutes of tennis, and it was awful. So I'm very grateful to be here
Yeah,
doing something I love for my job. I don't know where I'd be, but I'm just very grateful to be here.
Yes, definitely. That's great. Awesome. So, while you're like touring from city to city, what do you like to do, you know, in the tour bus? Like video games, writing?
I'm trying to kind of stay creative on tour. You know, when we were touring the first record, that was our biggest problem, was that we weren't writing and we weren't staying creative. It can sometimes be the most uninspiring lifestyle.
Oh, really?
You know, like here we are on the tour bus, and you would arrive in a new city, and you know, you can just sound check, eat, do some interviews, play the show, and then just leave and not see any of the city, which can be awful.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're trying to kind of get out a bit more and do things a bit more relaxed, and yeah, and stay creative. In every venue we're at, we try and set up a small like recording studio, I suppose, and yeah. And other than that, I watch a lot of TV, a lot of box sets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, go out and just see the cities and enjoy it for traveling.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. Awesome. So, when you hit a new city, do you have like, you know, you said you like to get out a lot. Have you hit any favorite restaurants or anything?
I like to do food tours, what I
Yes.
call. So, you know, when I go to Philadelphia, I have a cheesesteak. I go to Washington, I have a chili dog. New York, you have your pizza slice.
Yeah.
So, but it's not the most healthiest way about going about it. But yeah, I have, in the big cities, I have my favorite places I like to go. But right now I'm like exploring. I just went and had a taco around the corner,
Oh,
which was
really?
pretty awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. So, do you collect anything during your travels?
Key cards to hotels.
I used to do that.
I've
Yeah.
got a lot. I've got like a shoebox at home full of them. I know you meant to give them back, but I never do. Yeah, I've got a lot of them, and postcards. I like to send postcards back home, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
That's great. I do that too.
Yeah.
So, what are your upcoming plans and events?
Touring. Lots
Yeah.
and lots of touring. Yeah, we're touring for the rest of this year. And that's kind of as far as the plans go. But you know, we're edging closer to festival season,
Yeah.
and we're here in America doing a few. I don't know which ones I'm allowed to say. But we're doing Coachella, and we're doing Bonnaroo, and a few more. And yeah, so and we're kind of doing a world tour.
Yeah.
Like we've been on tour since May last year. Yeah, and well, we're going to Australia next month. Or was it this one? No, next month. Japan, back to the States, to finish the rest of this tour and do festivals. And yeah, so just a lot of traveling.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for having me. Cheers.
We used to be closer.